y'all.
Well, hey guys, listen up.
You got it?
Yeah, learn how to work it.
Doesn't seem like this is real, but unfortunately it is real. And I think I've talked to everyone here sometime during your life and hopefully told you the right things to do. And when it comes down, the bottom line is you always do the right thing. Yes, if it hurts, then it hurts. But if it's the right thing to do, then you need to do it. We did get Joseph's final autopsy, and there was drugs in his system. He did have a pneumonia, and it did aspirate, and the size of his body, it didn't take much. I wish I would have got him help when I first got diagnosed with cancer, because he spent about 5 years waiting for me to die. And I'll tell you right now, kids nowadays have too much pressure on them, and I'm no different than my son, because, and I'm not proud of this, but when I was 16, I drove to a grocery store and fit as much beer as I possibly could in a buggy. Went up there, scared to death that they were going to ask me for my ID. They never ID'd me. I wish they did. But I went out, my friends were all happy. I didn't experiment with anything other than alcohol. And that's a long time ago. And basically it took us, me and my best friend, getting pulled over when neither one of us should have been driving. And luckily, and it's not luck, it's God, we parked our car and we had to get a ride home. And this was my experience at Florida State, because I was having way too much fun. It was my first time away from home, whatever. It was wrong, no matter how you look at it. Everywhere you turn around, I don't care who you are, you're going to be tempted to do something that someone else is telling you it's okay, and it's not going to hurt me. I don't want to come to someone else's funeral.
This was a really hard decision.
Nothing in his system, because I've studied up, trust me, we found out at the end of February. I've looked at every website I could possibly do, and most everything that they found were traces, but he was hurting, and unfortunately, and I didn't know it, I'd taken some of my medicine, that I'm dealing with cancer because I hurt every second, every day. And I can't answer you why. It was not a suicide. It was not an overdose. I don't care what anyone says.
That's not what we said.
The coroner said that too. And
Yeah.
she wasn't trying to appease me.
Right.
I asked her.
I don't lie. I've never lied to any of you kids. It's very hard for me to even admit that my son was what they call an occasional drug user. And just like my sister said, you have to look inside your heart. And look at the mirror and see who you really see. You know, if you don't like that person you're seeing, God is the only one that's going to change that. It's not going to be any pill. It's not going to be any form of marijuana. It's not going to be anything. That God is the one that's going to fill that gap. I am a full believer, if someone is on drugs or is smoking marijuana, they are trying to fill a void in their life that only God can fill. And everyone, I've been here for 10 plus years. I've coached almost a good portion of everyone out here. I've talked to you guys thousands of times on the phone. I'm always available for you guys to call. You have called. We've talked. I am not a hypocrite.